Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Swanson Stadium, where we've got a matchup between the Freeport Pretzels and Jefferson Jayhawks. Alongside Joah Hoffman, I am Trevor Larson on tonight's call, as we've got a matchup of 2, 3, and 4 teams, as both sides are looking to get their season back to 500, keep their playoff dreams alive. We're working to get you the video feed in just a moment. We just started underway. Jefferson received the opening half kick. They have the ball on the 34-yard line and are looking to get their offense started here tonight. Jayhawks will line up in a 4-wide receiver set, 2 men on either side of the formation. Williams back in shotgun, takes a snap. It's going to be a little dump off screen to Roby. Roby is going to be thrown down right around the line of scrimmage. And Joah, as we get started here tonight under the lights on this beautiful Friday evening, we've got 2 squads evenly matched, 3 and 4, both of them trying to get to the playoffs.
Yep, this should be a really good one.
After the first down play, 2nd and 10 upcoming here for the Jayhawks. 11:30 on the clock. Here's going to be a swing pass, and that one almost intercepted. And they're going to say it was forward, was recovered by the Jayhawks, but luckily for them, no gain, as that one could have been intercepted and taken to the house by the Pretzel defender. Instead, falls to the turf, brings up 3rd and long for the Jayhawks.
Not the best execution here so far on 2 screen-like plays.
Jayhawks 3rd and 10 here again, just underway in the first quarter. 11:30 on the clock here, as they're going to be looking to convert this 3rd and long, starting off with good field position at the 34 following the kickoff. Trips right on the near hash. Jayhawks moving left to right from our vantage point. Here's going to be a sprint out right. A lot of room for Williams trying to pick up the first down, and he's going to be about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 yards shy. 4th and short coming here for the Jayhawks, and an interesting decision here for the coaching staff right off the bat. Let's see what the Jayhawks do on 4th down.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to punt here. I might have gone for this one. A good way to set the tone early.
Yes, indeed. It looks like they are going to bring out their special teams unit, as the Jayhawks are going to be punting this one away. Freeport close up to the line of scrimmage. They just have 1 man back beyond 5 yards. The return man is maybe 12 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. Now he's going to back up. Here's the punt. That one's going to be hanging up in the air. And it's going to take a bounce and be down by the Jayhawks at the 33-yard line, as their Freeport Pretzels are going to take over their first offensive drive of the evening.
Both teams here are getting great starting field position.
So again, just underway here in the first quarter. 10:30 left to play in the first, as the Freeport Pretzels are going to come out for their first offensive possession of the evening. I'll start off with a 3-wide receiver set, 2 running backs on either side. Here is going to be a handoff to the running back, and there's going to be a flag back around the line of scrimmage. Now another marker comes in, as number 8, Ben Summers, was dropped in the backfield. That looks like that might be holding. Let's see what the call is. And yes, indeed, it is going to be a holding penalty. So Pretzels are going to back up 10 yards, as that is a good possession, or excuse me, a good play for the Jayhawks. They got the tackle for loss, but the coaching staff looking to take that 10-yard penalty, as this will set up Freeport with the 2nd and long here. Here's going to be a sprint out to the right, and a nice handoff and run that time. Javian Fain on the carry that time.
Really good all-around play there, lots of blocking.
Once again, we're looking to get some audio and video restored here properly for you.
Oh, okay.
So 2nd and 11 upcoming here for the Pretzels. They're going to set out with trips to the left here. Here is going to be a snap. It's going to be a pitch out to the weak side and a nice tackle in the backfield as a running back got dropped for a big loss that time. As it's going to set up a 3rd and long.
That's a great work of tackling right there by Love.
2-yard gain on the play. Tackle made by Jayhawks for Deontay Love. Bringing up 3rd down and 9 to the Pretzels.
So 3rd and 9 here coming up for the Pretzels.
Big down here early in the game.
It's going to be a pass, and that one's going to be short. So 4th and 5 coming here for the Pretzels, as they're going to be forced to bring out their special teams unit as well. Gennardi Turner that time on the tackle.
Jayhawk fans, let's hear ya. Make some noise.
Back-to-back 3 and outs here. Both sides are playing great defense.
Return man back at the 20-yard line for the Jayhawks. Here's the snap. Punt is away. It's going to be a low line drive, and the Jayhawks are going to let that one go, and it's going to be down near the 5-yard line as the return man for the Jayhawks, Mike Townsend, looking over to the sideline as maybe there was some miscommunication with the coaching staff. Either way, Jayhawks going to take over at the 5-yard line here for their 2nd offensive possession of the evening. Sorted here in just a moment. So 1st and 10 coming up here for the Jayhawks. Looks like there was a penalty on that last play, so on the 4-yard line, maybe the 3-yard line. Here's a snap. There's going to be a handoff up the middle and a lot of space to run. And look at that, a nice burst on 1st down, 16 yards on that carry, as that not only moves them out of the shadow of their own goalposts, but puts them at the 20-yard line on a nice play on 1st down. Almanacci with the run on that play.
He's been looking really good lately.
16-yard gain on the play. Results in a Jayhawks. 1st down.
So 1st down following the run that time for the Jayhawks. They're going to line up in a pistol formation, tight end in. Here's going to be a pitch, and looks like it's going to be a throwback. Williams, a lot of space. He gets a block, now cuts it back in the middle, and he fights his way out to the 25, 26-yard line. And a nice play design that time. Thought Williams had a little bit more space. Good chase down that time by the Freeport secondary, but a 6-yard gain on 1st down. Ball going to be set up on the left hash here for the Jayhawks. Again, just underway here in the evening. 6:40 on the clock. Both teams have punted. The Jayhawks out for their 2nd possession of the evening. Again, a critical game for both sides. 3 and 4, the top 4 are set. This one has the makings of a playoff battle here in the middle of October. Here's the snap. It's going to be another handoff and a big hole once again for Almanacci, as he has another 10-yard gainer on the ground that time, all the way out to the 37-yard line. So 2 big runs this drive for Alejandro Almanacci, and looks like the Jayhawks are going to go with a little bit of pace here.
That moves it, James.
having a good run game is so pivotal to this offense and how it operates.
And one thing we could mention, there is a decent wind blowing right now in the face of the Jayhawks, 10 to 15 miles per hour towards the north end zone. So Jayhawks moving against the wind here on this drive. Here's going to be another handoff to Almanachi, and he is going to get out near the 45-yard line. One man had an opportunity, but he slipped through, and another nice run. That time going for 8 yards on first down. And 3 big runs for him on this drive, Joah.
Yeah, he's looking really explosive as soon as he gets the football. It's even if Freeport gets back there, he's going to get past him.
So the Jayhawks out to the 45-yard line. Same formation, 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Here's going to be another handoff to Almanachi. Almanachi again with a nice run, as he's had a couple of runs where he has just not been touched for the first couple of yards, really able to get that explosive speed, hits the hole with good pace as he picks up the first down, and the Jayhawks into Freeport territory.
Yeah, the blocking is looking a lot better this drive compared to the last one.
The ball on the other side of the 50 on the 48. Jayhawks going to maintain that position, or that formation. It's flipped this time. They got their tight end to the left, 2 receivers bottom, 1 to the top. Here's going to be a handoff once again to Almanachi. Almanachi with some space on the edge once again, still going. And he is just gashing the Pretzels defense right now. They really have no answer for him as he picks up yet another first down. And they're just marching. They're doing whatever they want on the ground right now.
Yeah, they are. I mean, he's just running all over them right now. He's picking the right running lanes, and it's paying off.
A stoppage on the field from the official. Looks like an equipment issue. A knee pad, perhaps, for one of the Pretzels players. They get that sorted, and the Jayhawks ready to resume play here on offense. Clock at 4:30 left to play here in the first quarter. Here's going to be a snap and another handoff to Almanachi. Almanachi trying to get the edge as he's going to be brought down. We do have a flag back near the line of scrimmage as this one is likely coming back.
Holding against Jefferson.
As they do signal holding on the Jayhawks, so that'll back them up 10 yards. Really the first negative play of this drive moves them back to the 47. As Almanachi is going to come to the sideline, take a much-deserved break. As they'll shift in and out their running backs. We saw Roby and Almanachi here this season. They want to keep those legs fresh. So after the penalty, 2nd and 20 from the 47-yard line. About 4 minutes left to play here in the first quarter of action. 4 receiver set here for the Jayhawks. Here's a snap. It's going to be quarterback power looking for some space, and Williams has a little bit of room, still going. Stiff arms a man, and he is going to be spun down at the 38-yard line. A nice run that time by Jaden Williams on that quarterback power. Joe, it looked like that play was designed to go left. He saw some space to the right, shot off the tackle, and picked up a nice gain.
Yeah, he's not an average QB when he has the football in open space. He can really make stuff happen.
9-yard gain that time. 2nd and 11 upcoming here for the Jayhawks. Ball on the near hash. 4 receivers to either side. Williams in formation. Roby with him off to his left hip. Here's going to be that quarterback power once again, and Williams finds some space, and another nice run on 2nd down. And we have some extracurricular activities as there is going to be a penalty flag. Jayhawks signaling that is going to go against the Pretzels as that tussle was away from the play. A little bit of hand fighting that time by the outside wide receiver and defensive back.
Definitely a little frustration getting out there from the Pretzels about not being able to stop this offense so far.
Of course, post whistle penalties, always a bit of a point of contention here at the high school level. as you never want to see that. They're going to say personal foul going against the Pretzels, so a nice break for the Jayhawks, as we have still yet to see a pass here on this drive. Remember, the Jayhawks started down near the 4-yard line, and they're all the way down to the 12, exclusively on the ground. Let's see if they can punch it in here, as they're in the red zone for the first time this evening.
And running the ball as well as they are, it really sets up the pass. Even if it's not for this drive, it'll be open later in the game.
Williams in the pistol formation. Here's going to turn and give to Almanachi. Almanachi with good speed. And again, he gets another nice gain that time. Not quite sure if he picked up the first, but boy, he had another run right there, Joah, where he just ran for about 5 yards. Nobody touched him, and he is knocking on the door as we have an injury down on the field. So we'll take a quick break here on Jefferson TV. The game is tied 0-0. Just under 3 minutes left to play here. You're watching Jefferson TV. So welcome back here, Jefferson TV. Joah Hoffman alongside Trevor Larson on tonight's call. 3 minutes left to play here in the first quarter in this pivotal NIC 10 matchup for both of these teams. It's effectively a playoff game, as both squads looking to get back to 500 and finish out the season next week with a win. Jayhawks picked up a 9 yards, as here's the second down handoff, and that is going to go into the end zone for 6. Alejandro Almonacchi carried the Jayhawks on his back that drive, as the Jayhawks are first to put up points on the evening. They ran the ball 96 yards all the way down and punched it in for a touchdown, as they take a lead here with 2:43 in the first.
I mean, that drive was all on him there, and he absolutely put the team on his back. The O-line did a great job blocking. There were lots of great play designs there, too.
Extra point is up, and it is good. So the Jayhawks now lead 7-0 here in the first quarter. And yeah, Joe, like you were saying on that drive, that running game, great, but it does set up the passing plays for later on in this ball game. Of course, you can run like that every drive. Any coach will take it, but with the way that both of these teams are going to be putting it all on the line here tonight, that's not going to work all night long. So having that success on the ground is really great here for the Jayhawks as they take the lead here in the first quarter.
Yeah, it really is. It just sets up the pass game so well later on.
Jayhawks ready to kick this one away, as again they lead at 7-0 here. 2:43 left to play in the first quarter. So again, they went 94 yards on that drive, punched in by Alejandro Almonacchi, as they lead by 7. Here's the kickoff, and that one's going to hit the turf right around the 20. Picked up now, going the wrong way are the Pretzels, but there is some space out wide and brought down from behind. A great tackle that time, as that ball hit the turf. Sometimes when that happens, players might get a little bit out of their lanes on the kickoff coverage. Could have been worse, but great field position for the Pretzels, as Antarian Adkins brought down the return man. Ball is going to be spotted at the 41.
Yeah, that was a great return there.
So here is going to be a handoff going to the far side, and another nice run here for the Pretzels as they're going to get near midfield. Don't think he quite got enough to pick up the first down. And now the far side official is going to signal for a first down. The near side had a yard short, but they eventually did give it to him. So a first down for the Pretzels following a good run there on first down.
Really looking like this one could come down to a battle of the trenches. See which O-line and which D-line can get the best advantage.
Carried by Braylon Kane as he picked up the first down. Here are the Pretzels. This one is going to be handed off up the middle, but nothing doing. A great play as number 55 for the Jayhawks, that is Keith Tellis, stuffed him right at the line of scrimmage. Actually, they're going to say he lost the yard that time. But a great play that time by the Jayhawk defense. They penetrated basically right at the beginning of the snap and brought down the running back, no contest.
Yeah, there were lots of unblocked Jayhawks there.
Following the 1 yard loss, 2nd and 11 here for the Pretzels. This time they're going to be in shotgun, 3 receivers still left, 1 man up top. He's in motion. It's going to be a little bit of that jet sweep. And a nice tackle that time by the linebackers for the Jayhawks as number 4, Caden Mullins, on the reception that time. Picks up 4 yards, 5 yards, so 3rd and long here for the Pretzels, 3rd and 7. Ball on the 46. They've got to get down to the 39.
Both teams so far here doing a pretty solid job around the football.
3rd and 7 for the Pretzels. 40 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Jayhawks lead it 7-0. Here is going to be a snap, but we're going to have a penalty as we will have a false start on the Pretzels. They tried running that same play to the opposite side, but it was blown dead before it started. So all the last play is wiped out, and the Pretzels are going to be behind the sticks, 3rd and 12. And the ball is on the other side of the 50. A big play here for the Jayhawk defense.
Yeah, it looked like on that last play it was going to be a loss either way. Number 0, Julius Holt, got back there.
Following the penalty, Freeport comes out in shotgun once again, trips to the left. Clock winding down under 20 seconds. This might be the last play of the quarter. Here is going to be a screen pass. A lot of space out to run for the Pretzels as a nice play design as Braylon Kane picks up a big chunk of yardage all the way down to the 32-yard line as he picks up a first down, and that'll likely be the end of the first quarter.
That's just perfect execution right there.
As yes, does not look like the Pretzels will have enough time to run a play. So after 1, Jayhawks lead it 7-0. Freeport drive, and they'll have the ball after the break to start off the second quarter. Ready to restart action here as there's going to be a kind of a reverse jet sweep as the Freeport player loses his lid on that carry. Nice play design for the Pretzels as they're going to get out to the 29-yard line. Caden Mullins on the carry that time for the Pretzels.
Pretzels on this drive are really liking the wide receiver jet sweep here.
2nd and 6 upcoming here for the Pretzels. 11:30, again, just underway here in the second quarter. Jayhawks lead at 7-0. Freeport going to come out under center. Tight end, 3 receivers. And here's going to be a handoff in that I formation going out wide. Nice carry that time.
Handoff to 0,
Javian Fain on the carry. Don't think he quite picked up the first down. So it's going to be 3rd and short here for the Pretzels on the 24-yard line. They've got to pick up the 23.
The interior D-line is doing a great job for the Jayhawks so far. They're getting through, but the outside is not doing a great job at holding them.
3rd and short here for the Pretzels. They're going to have 2 running backs. That offset I. Here's a snap. It's going to be a fullback handoff, and I do think he is going to pick up the first down. It was close, but I do say he got to the 23-yard line. So a little turn and hand by Olsen to the fullback as the Pretzels pick up another first down here on this drive.
Still waiting for our first pass in quite a while here.
Moves and chains, good for a Pretzels first down.
Ball on the 23. Pretzels in the shotgun. 2 running backs on either side of Olsen. Here's going to be another handoff and a great tackle once again by Julius Holt. He's had a couple of nice plays here in the first half of football as he drops the running back for a 0-yard gain, bringing up 2nd and 10.
Handoff to Freeport 0, Javian Fain, brought down by Jefferson, number 0.
Javian Fain that time on the carry for the Pretzels.
A gain of 0 on the play.
Ball spotted on the 23-yard line. 2nd and 10. 10 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Jayhawks lead at 7-0. Having a touchdown by Alejandro Almanchi in the first quarter. Here's going to be a swing pass out wide. And some space there for Kane. Kane. As he picks up 8 yards on that swing pass. And it looks like the Jayhawks are going to call a timeout here. They want to talk things over as their defense is getting worn down a little bit.
Those wide receiver screen plays are a really good way to extend the run game. It's low risk passing, and it can really work when you got.
So 9:47 left to play here in the second quarter. We'll take a quick break here. So following the timeout, Freeport going to come out on the 15-yard line, 3rd and 2 here for the Pretzels. Again, we apologize for some of the video and audio offset that we have. Working through some technical difficulties. Here's going to be a handoff up the middle, another fullback carry. And I do think he's going to pick that up again. So 2 yards, he needed 2, and it'll be another first down here for the Pretzels, as that'll bring the ball out to the 13-yard line. And here for the Freeport, first time in the red zone this evening, trying to match what the Jayhawks did with their touchdown. They try to tie this game up.
Both teams are really having great second drives here.
First and 10 here from the 13-yard line. Freeport looks like they're going to go big. They've got 2 tight ends, 2 running backs. Olsen under center, and we're going to have a stoppage. And looks like there's going to be a timeout on the field by the Pretzels. Jayhawks took one a moment ago. Here are the Pretzels taking their first timeout of the half.
Looks like there's a little miscommunication there. Receiver went in motion, and it just didn't seem like it was the right time for him to go in motion.
So we'll take another quick break here. You're watching Jefferson TV. Following the timeout for the Pretzels, they're going to come out in that same formation. 2 tight ends, 2 running backs. Olsen under center. He's going to take the snap, and he's going to pass out to the left, and hitting the hands but falling to the turf. Ward Stacy Williams might have had a step, but he looked over his right shoulder. That ball was to his left shoulder, and it falls incomplete. So second down and 10 here for the Pretzels.
And when you're running it so much, that's definitely something that's going to happen, is having miscommunication with your QB and your receiver.
So following an incomplete pass, it's going to be second and 10 here for the Pretzels. Here's the snap. This is going to be a swing pass out to the left, but great pursuit by the Jayhawks defense, as nothing doing following the reception by the Pretzels, as he's going to be brought down for a 1-yard loss. And third and long here for the Pretzels. Another critical third down on this drive for the Jayhawks.
Yeah, there's been lots of big-time third downs. Let's see if they can get the stop here.
Completed by quarterback Thomas Olsen.
Third and 10 here for the Pretzels. They're going to be in shotgun. 3 receivers out to the left. There's going to be a sprint right. Olsen looking, nothing there. And now he's got a lot of space out to the left. And he's going to be tackled down near the 9-yard line. Had a little bit more space. D-line really got upfield in their pursuit, allowed him to pick up some yardage. But Harris able to save the day with the tackle, and looks like the Pretzels are going to be forced to bring out their special teams unit and try this field goal.
I'm shocked we didn't see him test his speed outside there and keep it outside, but instead he decides to cut inside and get stopped.
Again, it looks like the Pretzels are going to bring out their field goal unit. Let's see what they line up. And yes, indeed. Again, wind blowing in their face here going towards these uprights. As Chad Krasinski comes in to kick. We're going to have an illegal substitution penalty now here on the Pretzels. That's going to back them up 5 more yards. And again here, Joe, at the high school level, especially with the wind in your face, never a guarantee going with the special teams unit, as looks like they're going to shift. Now maybe they're bringing their offense on the field.
Yeah, it looks like the offense is coming out.
Those 5 yards looks like it's just too far for the kicker here in these conditions this evening. So 4th and 12 is going to be the spot for the Pretzels. Ball on the 14. They've got to get all the way down to the 2. And following the penalty, we're going to have another timeout here for the Pretzels, as they want to talk things over once again. 7:32 left to play here in the second quarter. Jayhawks on top 7-0. You're watching Jefferson TV. Freeport going to come out in their offensive set here on 4th and long. 3 receivers off to the left for the Pretzels. Olsen in shotgun. He's looking off left. He's going to throw it to the outside, and just nothing there. As even if there was a receiver in that area, that ball was to the sideline, 5 yards short of the line to gain. So a wasted opportunity for the Pretzels, as the Jayhawks are going to take over as they hold up on defense and keep this at a 7-point lead.
The Pretzels did a great job there getting downfield, but then once they passed the 50-yard line, there was lots of miscommunication. On that one, the receiver ran a different route than what the quarterback thought he was, and that's a crucial play right there.
So Jayhawks take over, ball on the 14-yard line. Gonna try and go down and pick up another score here before halftime. They receive the opening half kick. Freeport will get the ball at halftime. 7.5 minutes left to play here in the second. Here's Williams. He's going to turn in, hand in, some space for Roby. Roby spins out of 1 tackle, gets across the 20, all the way down to the 23. So an 8-yard gain on first down brings up 2nd and 2.
The Jayhawks are just having their way running the football right now.
Get up to 1, Nicholas Roby, brought down by number 8, Ben Summers.
Summers on the tackle for the Pretzels. 2nd and 2 here for the Jayhawks. 2 receivers to the bottom. It's going to be the snap and another handoff to Roby. This time, Freeport D-line gets into the backfield, and they're going to drop him for a 5-yard loss. And this will bring up 3rd and long now for the Jayhawks.
That was one of the rare times since the first drive where the Jayhawks O-line didn't get great blocks in.
Alejandro Onachi brought down to the backfield. Loss of 5 of the play, 3rd and 7 for Jefferson.
3rd and 7 here for the Jayhawks. They need to get the ball out to the 25-yard line to pick up a first down. Nothing through the air so far here this evening for Jefferson.
And I'd look at number 21, Mike Townstead. He's a pretty good deep threat for the Jayhawks.
We're going to have a penalty flag, as that's going to go against the Jayhawks. Delay of game. So that's going to back them up a further 5 yards, and now they've got to go a long way to try and pick this one up.
You saw the Pretzels do it before on the 3rd and long. They set up a screen play, and it got them driving down the field after that, so we'll see if Jayhawks do the same.
3rd and 13 here for the Jayhawks. Ball on the 13. Got to get out to the 24-yard line. Receiver in motion is Gennardi Turner. Here's Williams back to pass and some pressure, and he is going to be brought down in the backfield. A nice play that time by Freeport as they collapsed the pocket on Williams almost instantly. He had nowhere to go with that, and the Jayhawks are going to be forced to punt this ball away again.
Yeah, that play call is designed for a deep shot, so had to have some good blocking there, but didn't, and results in a sack.
4th and long here for the Jayhawks. They've got the wind here on this kick. See if they can boom this one out and try and flip the field here. Return man standing back at the 40-yard line here for the Pretzels. Here's the snap. Here's the kick. As that one's going to bounce and kick up right around midfield, down at the 48-yard line. So a good kick by the Jayhawks, but still great field position here for Freeport as they'll take over with the ball on the 48-yard line. They've got 52 yards to go to Pater. So 4:38 on the clock here in the second quarter. Jayhawks lead this one 7-0 in a pivotal game here in the Nick 10 for both sides, as you got to expect that the team that wins here tonight will face off against two of the bottom teams in conference. And whichever team comes out on top will likely be the 5th playoff representative for the NIC-10. Here are the Pretzels now on their offensive possession, their 3rd of the evening. Couldn't score last time out. And great penetration by the D-line that time for the Jayhawks, including number 56. That's Alvin Puckett there on the penetration. As Javion Fain got nothing for the Pretzels. In fact, they'll go down as a 2-yard loss.
Puckett and Holt have done a great job at getting to the backfield quickly, and they're stopping the run pretty well.
Just about 4 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. 2nd and 12 for the Pretzels. Ball on the 46. And Jayhawks lead at 7-0. Ball in the near hash. Here is a motion man. That's for Caden Mullins. Mullins trying to find some space as he's going to get out near the original line of scrimmage, maybe give him an extra yard beyond that. A lot of horizontal movement that time for the Freeport wide receiver on that play. And it'll bring up 3rd and long here for Freeport.
3 yards on the play, 39 for Freeport. Fans, don't forget to stop by the Jefferson Jayhawks Spirit Wear booth at the front entrance. Show your school pride tonight.
3rd and 9, ball on the 49-yard line. Freeport needs to get to the 42. 3 receivers to the bottom. Here's going to be a pump. Now Olsen running out to the left as a fantastic play that time by number 52, DeAndre McGee, able to bring down the quarterback right at the line of scrimmage as he could not shake free the D-line, and the Pretzels are going to be forced to kick this ball away.
The Jayhawks defense is playing great today. They are doing a great job disrupting about every play the Pretzels try to run.
Again, that goes as a tackle by DeAndre McGee. Couldn't quite bring him down in the backfield, but the Jayhawks will take it. A 0-yard play, as again, the Pretzels are going to be forced to kick this ball away. Ball will be snapped with about 2:15 on the clock here in the second quarter. Jayhawks would love to go down after this special teams play. It's going to be kicked and go towards the Jayhawks sideline, rolls out of bounds at the 27-yard line, as that's where the Jayhawks will take over with 2:08 left on the clock, 2 timeouts. And Joe here for the Jayhawks, again, I just mentioned it, they've got 2 timeouts. They will have to kick the ball away here to start off the second half, so they would love nothing more than to go down and pick up some points here before halftime.
Yeah, it would be crucial here to get some points here and hopefully get a stop at the end of after halftime, and they can really put their foot down on this game.
Please report to the track now. Thank you.
And 2 timeouts left. Jayhawks going with the wind here on this drive. Ball on the near hash. Williams with 4 receivers. There's going to be another quarterback power, but taken down for a 1-yard gain. So that's Mason Milliken on the tackle for the Pretzels. Clock winds inside 2 minutes. Freeport with 1 timeout. Again, Jayhawks with 2. We'll see how aggressive the Jayhawks coaching staff wants to be depending on the result of this next play.
Gain of 2 yards of the play, brings up 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 here.
Yeah, this play here really determines how they decide to go with the rest of the drive here.
So they're going to turn and hand to Almanachi as we've got some more tussling near the line of scrimmage out wide.
Handoff to number 2, Alejandro Almanachi.
Almanachi picks up a couple of yards. 3rd and now 3 for the Jayhawks. They are not moving particularly quickly. They don't want to get a stoppage here on this play and have to punt the ball away to the Pretzels. We'll see what they want to do here on 3rd and short. It's going to be another turn and hand, and stopped near the line of scrimmage. And looking towards the Freeport sideline, yes, indeed, they will take their last time out of the half. Just about 40 seconds left to go on the clock. So the Jayhawks going to be forced to punt this one away. as we've got 38 and a half seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Take a quick break here on this timeout. You're watching Jefferson High School football. Jayhawks lead at 7-0 over the Pretzels here on Jefferson TV. Coming out of the timeout here, Jayhawks have the ball. It is 4th and 3, ball on the 35-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 2. I think the Jayhawks are going to keep their offense out here on the field with 38 and a half seconds left to go. They don't want to give the ball back to the Pretzels. Here's Williams as there's going to be a flag on the sideline, and it is going to be an offsides. The hard count got him, and that's the one thing you can't do, Joah, as a great call by the Jefferson coaching staff gets the Jayhawks 5 yards, and now they can do what they want with the clock.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to be more prepared there if you're the Pretzels. They're obviously going to try to draw you off sides before on their play, and they bit right away on the.
So we'll see if they want to go and take a shot here on first down. No timeouts left for the Pretzels. Still 2 in the pocket for the Jayhawks. Here's a swing pass out wide to Townsend. Townsend getting towards the sideline as he scampers out of bounds near midfield. They'll say he gets to the 49. That's enough to pick up the first down. 33.4 seconds left to play here on the clock for the Jayhawks.
Townsend so far this season has been a big part of the offense. He's really good when he gets the ball in his hands, even if it's out of the backfield, and he can make a lot happen with his feet.
So first down for the Jayhawks, but that's not the important part right now. 33.4 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Again, still 2 timeouts. Jayhawks trying to go down and put up some points before halftime. 4 receiver set, 2 on either side of the field for the Jayhawks. Here's the snap and a pump and go this time out wide, and there's going to be a flag as Davion Douglas was going for the ball, and they're going to say it's going to be pass interference, I believe. We'll wait for the call on the field. Douglas doesn't love the call, and to tell you the truth, Joe, I'm not sure if that warrants a penalty flag, as he was going for the ball that time.
Yeah.
But the Jayhawks are going to catch a break here.
Yeah, I didn't really see enough there to be a defensive pass interference. He was going for the football, and he made a football play, but that one's going to go the Jayhawks' way.
So good play design on that little pump and go that time for the Jayhawks. That one went towards the Jayhawks sideline. Yeah, penalty going on Davion Douglas. He's a little bit frustrated with the officials that time, but a break for the Jayhawks as that moves the ball out to the 36-yard line. 4 receivers, 2 on either side. Once again, here's Williams looking off to the right, now back to the left, as this one's going to be thrown towards the sideline and sailing out of bounds. As he was looking for Townsend towards the same area where they just got the penalty. Instead, it's going to be incomplete, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Almost looked like it was the same exact play call right there.
22 and a half seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Jayhawks still with 2 timeouts. They lead at 7-0, trying to get some points on the board before halftime. Again, same formation, 2 receivers either side. Here is Williams. It's going to be a little bit of that screen pass, but a nice play that time at number 24, Brayson Witt, as he is going to be tackled for a 1-yard gain. As that one took a couple of seconds. 15.8 still to play here in the second quarter. As Jayhawks use their second timeout, they've got 1 more. We'll see with the wind, Joe. I'm not sure exactly how far the range is tonight, but they do have the wind here. So if they can get the ball to maybe the 20-25, I think that they're going to say that's good enough, and they'll try a field goal attempt.
Yep. Yeah, this is a big play here for the Pretzels defense and the Jayhawks as well. Jayhawks can possibly go up 2 scores after this play.
So 3rd and 9 here for the Jayhawks. Ball on the 35-yard line. Got to get to the 26. Again, Jayhawks still have 1 timeout. 15.8 on the clock here in the second quarter. Jayhawks trying to move this to a 2-score game. So now with 4 receivers, 2 on either side. Williams in that shotgun formation. Here's a snap, and through the middle, and we're going to have a penalty flag as number 1, Jaden Wright, came busting through the line of scrimmage, but it looks like he just rode that helmet right up into the face mask of Jaden Williams, and they threw a flag that time.
Yeah, that was a big hit right there.
Roughing the passer against the defense.
So a big break for the Jayhawks, as that was a low snap by Williams. He had to recover, and all of a sudden, Wright was in his face. And another tough penalty on this drive for the Pretzels. But if you're the Jayhawks, you got to take those, as they've picked up now 20 yards, 25 yards on a pass interference, and now on a roughing the passer, as that puts the ball at the 20-yard line, 10.9 on the clock.
Yeah, those are 2 penalties that easily could have gone either way there, and they both gone the Jayhawks' way. Let's see if they can capitalize on that.
First down on the 20-yard line. 1 shot, maybe 2 shots at the end zone. It's got to be quick, otherwise you're going to have to go for a field goal attempt. As they're just going to take a knee and run this clock down and try a field goal attempt, as they will call a timeout with 2 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, Jefferson.
Couple of breaks on this drive for the Jayhawks, now trying to finish it out with a 3-point field goal attempt. Yeah, they have the wind. Ball is on the near hash. It's more of a straight-on wind, not too much of a crosswind, so this is all going to be about directional for the Jayhawks.
Anthony Marquez to hold 12, Jaden Williams.
Anthony Marquez on to try this field goal attempt. Marquez ready. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good! As the Jayhawks pick up 3 more points before halftime, they extend their lead 10-0, as they'll blank the Pretzels and put up 2 scores in the first half, and that bodes well here for the Jayhawks as they try to get back to 500 again in this crucial matchup between 2 Nick 10 teams vying for a playoff opportunity.
That was just a huge kick right there. I mean, he was very composed. That's just so huge right there to go up 2 scores before halftime, and Pretzels will start with the ball.
Again, Jayhawks had a lot going in that first half on the ground. Not much in the air for either side. Freeport came up short on their opportunity in that second quarter in the red zone and was aided by penalties for the Jayhawks. Again, score going into halftime. Jayhawks lead it 10-0. Freeport will receive the second half kickoff. We'll be back after halftime in about 15 minutes. You're listening to Jefferson TV here on Friday Night Lights. right, and we are just about ready to kick for second half action. Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties here this evening. It's not likely we're going to be able to get the audio synced up with the video, so again, we do apologize for that. If you'd like to listen along with the video feed, be sure to open up both this and the main Jefferson TV channel and sync it up where you can. Be sure to keep you abreast of the clock situation. All right, so Joah, it is 10-0 Jayhawks. They're going to kick the ball away. It was a good opening half for Jefferson as they try to move back to 500.
Yeah, it was a great first half from them, and they're going to look to continue that in every way pretty much.
This one's going to be taken in on the wide side by Kane. Kane still going out to the 40. Hurdles the man still going, and he's going to get all the way near midfield. A great kickoff return that time for Freeport, as that's going to move the ball all the way out to the 48-yard line on the Freeport half. So 52 yards to go to the end zone.
That was another big kick return there. They had one earlier in the game and have another one there, but they couldn't capitalize last time, so let's see if they can this time.
First down here for the Pretzels. Again, ball spotted on the 48-yard line as the Pretzels have it. They're going to be under center. Here is the snap, and it's going to be a handoff up the middle this time, and Thane is going to be brought down for a 4-yard carry. It's a nice little run there on first down for Freeport, as we can really feel the wind is picked up here in the press box. So it's certainly something that we'll watch as the game progresses on throughout the night. And we mentioned in that first half, not a lot going for either squad through the air. So, again, that might be something to watch out for. Second down here for Freeport. They have a wide receiver, single wideout set to the bottom of the formation. Olsen under center. Two running backs. Here's going to be a sprint out to the left, and that one's going to fall incomplete. As looking for number 4, Caden Mullins that time. As it's going to bring up 3rd and 6 here for the Pretzels.
Both teams, their secondary is doing a great job shutting down the pass game. There's just been nothing there for either side all game.
3rd and 6 coming up here. 11:07 on the clock. Just underway here in the third quarter of action. Jayhawks on top, 10-0. Again, they got that field goal right at the end of halftime to bring the score to 10-0. First offensive drive of the half here for the Pretzels. They're trying to go down and answer back. Here is going to be the reverse, and that one on the ground, scooped up by the Pretzels, as going towards the sideline, able to get right back near the original line of scrimmage. I think that was number 12, Dwayne Mosley Jr. on the carry. So a wrinkle in their play design, but just mishandled the ball that time on the reverse action, as that's one of those things that can go wrong on that play. A break for the Jayhawks as that brings up 4th and 10.
Yeah, he had a lot of open space there. If he was able to hold on to the ball there, he could have easily maybe gotten the first down.
The Pretzels looking like they're going to bring out their special teams unit. We'll see what they break with. They are going to have the wind with them, as yes, indeed, they will bring out the punt unit. So again, they're kicking with the wind as they have it in the third quarter. Something to keep in mind as we go into second half, as we're going to have a penalty flag. It's going to be a delay of game.
Against the Pretzels.
So another penalty here for the Pretzels, as they had a lot of those in that second quarter that really slowed their momentum. So here is the snap, and punt is away, and it's going to hit the turf at the 21-yard line. Takes a roll. Still going, and it's going to rest at the 11-yard line. So another good punt here for Freeport, as the Jayhawks will take over 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Very similar field position to when Jefferson had their touchdown drive, so we'll see if they can do that again.
And they were going this same direction on that touchdown drive. And that one they started inside their own 5. This one a little bit better field position, ball on the 11. Still a long way to go to pay dirt. We'll see if they keep the ball on the ground again here to start off the second half.
Let's see if they try to get the pass game a little more involved here. Pretzels might be selling out to that run.
They have one safety up top, 4 receivers here for the Jayhawks. Here is the snap, and looks like it's a zone read. Ball's on the turf, and that's going to be picked up by the Pretzels. And oh no, disaster strikes here for the Jayhawks as they turn it over inside the 10, and the Freeport Pretzels are going to take over with excellent field position as a blunder for the Jayhawks, really their first of the evening, and the Pretzels are knocking on the door.
Yeah, that cannot happen there. That's a detrimental play to a drive, and man, Freeport's in great scoring position now.
Ball on the 5-yard line now for Freeport as they are given a gift by the Jayhawks. They're trying to pull within 1 score. They'll come out with 3 receivers, 2 to the top, 2 running backs next to Olsen in formation. Here's a snap. It's going to be a handoff going off tackle. Nice tackle that time by the Jayhawk defenders. Mike Townsend in on the play that time, as that's going to go for a 2-yard loss.
And there's that Jayhawks run defense again, completely shutting down the Pretzels run game.
South line 52, DeAndre McGee. And 21, Mike Townsend. Loss of 1 from play.
9:20 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Again, Jayhawks just turned the ball over. They had a fumble. Freeport recovered on the 5-yard line as they're now set up 2nd and goal. Ball on the 6. 5 receivers set here down on the goal line for the Pretzels. Here's going to be a screen pass out wide, and breaking the tackle still upright, and a nice tackle in pursuit that time towards the wide side of the field. As the receiver shifted away from 2 tackles, eventually was brought down by Alvin Puckett, who got over there and brought him down before he could shoot upfield and get into the end zone. 3rd and goal.
And once again, this Jayhawks defense in the red zone is shutting everything the Pretzels throw at them completely down.
3rd and goal here from the 5-yard line. Jayhawk defense trying to hold after the turnover. Pretzels have it. Trips right, that is on the near side, not a lot of space there. Ball snapped low on the turf, picked up by Olsen, and still fighting towards the pylon. Is he in? Doesn't look like he is. He gets just down to the 2. So 1 more play here for the Jayhawks as they try to have a goal line stand, as I would fully expect the Pretzels to go for it here to try to punch this ball in, as yes, they're keeping the offense on the field.
This is a huge play right here. And as the Jayhawks defense, you can't just assume that they're going to pass it because they are close enough to run it as well.
Jayhawks, again, trying to go with this goal line stand here. They want to pick up their offense following the fumble. Can they stop them one more time? 4th and goal on the 2, as we're going to have a timeout on the field, as the Freeport Pretzels want to talk this one over. As we'll take a quick timeout. Again, 7:28 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Freeport on the doorstep. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 2 after this break. You're watching Jefferson and Freeport here on Jefferson TV. All right, here we go. 4th and goal from the 2. Freeport on the doorstep. Jefferson trying to hold up, pick up their offense. Olsen under center. Here's going to be the fullback handoff, fighting for the goal line, but he does not get it as the Jayhawks stand true. They held him to no yards on that. Might have thrown for a loss. And a turnover on down for the Jayhawks as they take over inside their own 5-yard line.
That was a great stop right there. They had gone to that fullback run a couple other times in short yardage situations, and they've stopped it a couple times, and they've given up a couple yards a couple times, but this time they got big stop.
Last time out, the Jayhawks fumbled it. They're not out of danger just yet. Even after the turnover on downs, they need some yardage. They're going into the wind here on first down. Bit of a botch snap on our, looked like a zone read last time out. Here comes Williams in the pistol formation. He's got 2 receivers to the bottom. Here's going to be a handoff this time. And fighting to stay out of the end zone is the running back, as he's going to be thrown back for a loss. Really good defense that time by the Pretzels, as that's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, they're going to have to start passing it here, I think. Pretzels are really selling out to that run. They only got the 1 safety up top, and eventually you got to throw it.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10, Jefferson.
They will say he got back to the original line of scrimmage. His forward progress was stopped there. Was eventually tackled a couple yards behind, but the referee spotted him down at the 4. Need to get to the 14 here. 6.5 minutes left to play in the 3rd quarter. Jayhawks still lead 10-0. Here's Williams in the shotgun, as this is going to be a swing pass out to the left. Dangerous over there, as this one's going to go to DeAngelo's Roby, and he's going to be dropped at the line of scrimmage again. So nothing doing on downs 1 and 2 for the Jayhawks. Direction that ball went to Mike Townsend on the wide side, as here's a 3rd and 10 now. And the Jayhawks would love to pick up 10 yards, get a first down, because they do not want to punch into this win.
Yeah, they definitely don't. It looks like the Pretzels here are going to go 2 deep safeties, so maybe Jefferson will try to squeak a little screen pass or maybe even a run here.
The Jayhawks going to come out with 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Here's going to be a quarterback power for Williams. Williams a little bit of space, but just 2 yards on that carry. So they got a little bit more breathing space, but the Jayhawks are going to be forced to punt here near their own goal line. And with the wind in their face, Freeport's going to be set up with great field position depending on the result of this play.
Yeah, that play right there was really just to give the punter a little bit more room to work with.
To punt for Jefferson, 24, Anthony Marquez.
Anthony Marquez standing in about halfway, maybe a little bit more than halfway in his own end zone. Here's the snap. Punt is away, and it's angling towards the Freeport sideline, and that is not a good punt for the Jayhawks, as that ball goes out of bounds. Waiting for the official signal. Looks like it's going to be spotted at the 21-yard line. Or was there a flag on the play? There's some confusion down on the field as we got to sort this out. Still haven't seen an indication, but okay, now I believe, okay, they're going to be spotting the ball on the 15-yard line, so a bad punt by the Jayhawks sets up the Pretzels with great field position, as they're once again knocking on the door, trying to get a score on the board here. 4:35 left to play in the 3rd. Motion man for the Pretzels is going to take the handoff. That is Mullins. Mullins is going to be stuffed and finally thrown down to the turf. Another nice play on run defense here in this 3rd quarter for the Jayhawks.
Yeah, this is the 2nd time now this Jayhawks defense has been put in a very, very tough situation, starting basically in their own end zone. And right there you get a nice tackle for loss, so let's see if they can keep it up.
They were able to get that goal line stand on the last possession, now trying to do it once more. That first down play went for a 4-yard loss, as it is 2nd and 14. Ball on the 19 for the Pretzels. Under 4 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Olsen in shotgun, 2 receivers either side of the formation, 1 deep safety for the Jayhawks. Number 2 in motion, that is Douglas. Here's Olson looking to pass. He's going to throw this to the back corner of the end zone, and that one is going to be knocked away. Looking for a flag are the Freeport receivers. Nothing there, as that was a 50-50 ball, maybe just a little bit too tall. Good idea for the Pretzels, but falls incomplete, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 14 for Freeport.
Yeah, that's probably the deepest pass attempt we've seen all game, and just a little over his head.
So another critical 3rd down here in this 3rd quarter. 3:37 on the clock. Jayhawks held up on defense last time out. Freeport trying to pick up some yardage, trying to get that 1st down. They still have room to get it. Spot to gain is the 5. Trips to the left here for Freeport. Here is going to be another pass. It's going to be a little bit of a slip screen. Out to the wide side of the field goes the running back, and he is going to be dropped just about a yard shy of the 1st down marker. So another screen pass for Freeport. Benarion Taylor that time coming out of the backfield, as it's going to be 4th and 2 here for Freeport. And a critical 4th down once again here for the Jayhawks. They stopped them last time. Can they do it again?
Yep, almost exactly the same situation right here. A 4th and 2 in the red zone. Let's see if Jayhawks defense can get it done again.
Let's hear you, Jayhawk fans. Make some noise.
4th down here for Freeport. Olson under center, as we're going to have a timeout for Freeport, their 2nd of the half, as that could be something to keep an eye on as we move throughout the rest of the 2nd half of football. Jefferson on top, 10-0. Freeport with a 4th and 2 coming up right here after the break. Jayhawks lead the Pretzels 10-0 here on Jefferson TV. We'll be right back. All right, 4th down and 2 here for the Pretzels. They've got to get the ball to the 5-yard line. Jayhawks trying to hold up on defense once again. Freeport used their 2nd timeout. They're going to come out with trips to the bottom of the formation, 1 receiver to the top. Olson in shotgun. He's going to take the snap, and he's looking to the back corner of the end zone. That one is going to be incomplete. The Jayhawks do it again. They knock that one down, as it's going to be the 2nd turnover on downs here in the 3rd quarter for the Jayhawk defense, as they hold up on defense once again. They keep the Pretzels blanked as they take over on the 7-yard line with 3:23 left to play here in the 3rd.
2 50-50 balls in really crucial spots is definitely a decision from the Pretzels. I mean, sometimes you can get the defense a little surprised with that, but not that time by Jefferson.
Again, very dangerous again. This whole quarter has been played down here in this end zone. Jayhawks holding up twice so far. They're trying to get some breathing room. Here is going to be a quarterback power up the middle for Williams. Williams with a little bit of space, as he's going to break out to the 10-yard line. Just 2 yards on that carry by the quarterback.
Still really waiting here for Jefferson to just even take shots down the field. We saw it a little bit at the end of the half, but haven't seen much of it all game.
Gain of 30 on the play, 2nd down and 7, Jayhawks.
Jayhawks here on 2nd down, coming out with 3 receivers to the bottom. That single man coverage up top. Here's Williams. He is going to be looking to go in the air. This one's going to be a shot down the middle of the field, and that one's going to be intercepted. A great play on the ball by Caden Mullins, as he picks that one off, as the Jayhawks are going to turn it over for the 2nd time in the half, as the Pretzels are going to take over near the 45-yard line. And Joah, that one, it was a good-looking ball at the start, but I think the wind might have caught a hold of that one and just knocked it down. as Mullins was able to undercut that one and intercept it for the second turnover of the quarter.
Yeah, I mean, there was that shot play that we have been talking about. That's what the run really sets up, and they had him, and whether the wind knocked it down or if it was a little bit of an underthrow, just missed him and can turn into a crucial play there. So once again, this Jayhawks defense really needs to step up.
Here is going to be a quarterback keeper out to the wide, but nothing doing as the Jayhawk run defense here in this quarter has just been all over the place as Jay shocked that time on the chase down tackle. They dropped down the quarterback for a 1-yard loss. Second and 11 here for the Pretzels.
Yeah, the Pretzels here, they've about tried every type of run you can try, but the Jayhawks defense has been up to the challenge, and they've gotten lots of tackles for losses and just stopped runs right where they started.
Here come the Pretzels on second and long now. Two receivers on either side of the formation. Here's going to be a little hook pass that time. Caught near the 41-yard line. Taken down right there. So a few yards back on that second down play. It's going to bring up third and medium here for the Pretzels. Clock is inside 2 minutes. Minute 40 left to play here in third.
I think that's the first pass we've seen pass the line of scrimmage and be complete all game.
Third and 5 here for the Pretzels. Ball on the 40. They've got to get to the 35. They come out in trips to the left. One receiver up to the top. Here is the snap. 3-step drop. Olsen looking over the middle. This one is going to be incomplete. Had it and dropped it as nobody was near the Freeport receiver. Just unable to haul that one in. Davion Douglas, maybe not the best ball, but Joah, if you're that wide open, you got to bring that one in for your quarterback.
Yeah, you got to bring that one in. He was definitely anticipating a hit coming, which it definitely would have, but you got to focus on catching the football there and not what's going to happen after. So once again here, we have another crucial fourth down here.
Looks like the Pretzels are going to bring their offense out at this point in the game. Minute 15 left to play here in the third quarter. Seems like the smart idea. Here's Olsen. A little bit of a screen pass once again, but nothing doing, and the Jayhawks are going to stop him again. Another turnover on downs, that time tackled by Dante Love as he read that pass play, ate it up, dropped him for another turnover on downs, the third of the quarter here for the Jayhawks.
Yeah, that was another big play by Dante Love. He had been a little bit quieter after a big play in the first quarter, but there he is again making a big play, and this Jayhawks defense has really just carried this game.
Yeah, the way things are looking, this might be the final score of the game. I know the Jayhawks would love to go down and pick up 6 more points. The way their defense has been playing, they could put it out of reach here as we wind down here in the third quarter. Just about a minute left to play. So Jayhawks take over on their third TOD of the quarter. Here is going to be a snap and a handoff to Turner in motion, and he is thrown down. Just negative play after negative play for both sides on defense here in the third. Jaden Wright able to take him down that time for the Pretzels. That's for a 7-yard loss for the Jayhawks.
Yeah, I think that was actually Brayson White again, and he's just doing a great job getting back there and making plays this game.
So Jayhawks going to have to snap the ball at least one more time here in the quarter. Again, after the change, they will get the win in the fourth quarter. Here's the snap. Here is going to be a quarterback draw up the middle, but just nothing doing once again. As again, here in the third quarter, just really nothing on the offensive side for either side of the football. As that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter after 3. The score remains 10-0. Jayhawks on top as they try to close this one out, get back to 500, and set them up with an opportunity to finish with a winning record for the first time since 1993 next week. 12 minutes to go, however, here against the Pretzels. We'll take a quick break, get you set for fourth quarter action here on Jefferson TV. Again, score at the end of the third, Jefferson 10, Freeport nothing. getting set for fourth quarter action. Jayhawks have the ball, 3rd and 17. They lead it 10-0 here against the Pretzels. Here's a big play here on 3rd and long. Ball on the 37. They've got to get across midfield. Williams takes the snap. He's looking and nothing there, and thrown down in the backfield for a sack that time. Just ate him up in the backfield. Looks like that was number 66, Marion Freeman for the Pretzels. We do have a flag on the play. Let's see what the call is. Might be a hold. And yes, they are signaling a holding penalty. We'll see if Freeport wants to accept it. And looks like they are going to mark him off, so Freeport coaching staff deciding to accept that penalty. As that'll bring him to 3rd and 27. Now some more. Now they're going to say no. So they're going to decline that penalty.
Yeah, and this drive right here, this could be one of the last ones for the Pretzels if they're not able to get a stop next time the Jayhawks have the ball, because they only have one more timeout. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens there.
And again, the change in quarter, the wind now in the Jayhawks' favor, so they are punting with the wind. As that could be a big factor here on this punt.
And it looks like Williams is back to punt this time.
This one's going to be kicked, and it's a great punt by Williams. It bounces. Jayhawks trying to race it down, but just not able to catch it. It was Turner. A valiant effort by Gennardi Turner. But that's going to go as a touchback, so the Pretzels will take over on the 20. Still a good punt, all things considered, especially with the way the defense has played here in the second half. Freeport's got to go 80 yards, but they haven't really been able to get 8 yards here in the quarter.
Yeah, I mean, they've had 2 chances right in the red zone to just punch it in and score, and it would have made this game a lot more interesting. But right now, Jayhawks are completely in control, so Pretzels are really going to have to scheme up something really good here.
We'll see if they go to the air a little bit more here. They have not been successful through the passing game here tonight. Here is a pass out wide, and we're going to have a penalty. That might be a hold, maybe a pass interference by Gennardi Turner.
Yeah, he tugged on his jersey a little bit there, so that's going to get you the penalty.
Caden Mullins was the target man. Ball wasn't really near him, but clearly impacted by the penalty, so it's going to go down as a pass interference against the Jayhawks.
Interference on the defense.
The free yardage and a free first down, 10 yards here at the high school level. So a ball will be moved. 15 yards. I thought the official signaled for 10 at 30. Instead, he pushed it all the way up to the 35. So a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down here for Freeport. Ball on the 35. They're going to have trips out to the right. Here is the snap. Looking off on that hitch, and it's going to be a hook and ladder, and it's going to be caught and pitched. A great play that time across midfield. Just worked to perfection as the Pretzels pick up a big chunky yards through the air. 15 yards on that hook and ladder play as they get across midfield out to the 49.
Yeah, that was just a great play design there, and if it was improvised, even better play right there by whoever caught it first. And that's a big play they need right there.
4 receivers once again here for the Pretzels, 2 on either side. Here's the motion man across formation. That is Douglas, and they're going to whistle him for a penalty as he was clearly moving forward at the time of the snap. Maybe a little bit of mistiming that time on that play, as that'll back him up 5 yards.
And once again, there's another self-inflicted penalty by the Pretzels.
All start against the offense.
First and 15, again following that hook and ladder play by the Pretzels. The the pass interference call and now a 16-yard pass play, the two biggest plays of the half in yardage for the Pretzels offense. Here is Olsen in shotgun, three receivers. He's going to go down to the left. That one over the top, and it's going to be caught, hauled in. A great catch by Caden Mullins as he gets all the way down inside the 15-yard line. A great throw and reception for the Pretzels as they have picked up another big chunk of yards here on this drive.
If there was ever a time to have a big chunk pass play there, it was right then and there, and they really executed there. And let's see if they can punch it in kind of quickly here, because Jayhawks still are going to get the ball back, and Pretzels only have one timeout.
Three receivers once again to the top. Here's going to be a pass into the end zone, and that one is going to be knocked away, but we're going to have a flag on the backside as Gennardi Turner is going to be whistled again for a penalty, his second of the drive. He does not like the call. He thought he was in good coverage, but the backside officials saw it differently.
Obviously, we don't have the best view of that up here on whether that's a penalty or not, but from here it didn't really look like it. But
Pass interference against the defense.
They had the two big penalties to end the half go against Jefferson, go against Freeport. Now this one goes against Jefferson. So the Pretzels are going to pick up free yardage and a first down as they're going to have the ball inside the 10 as we have an injury timeout. That's Caden Mullins, who just had the big reception a moment ago on single coverage up top. So that could be something to watch. Is able to get up and walk off under his own power, so hopefully he can get back into the game if you're Freeport.
yeah, we'll have to see here what they decide to do in the red zone, because obviously already in just this half they've had two scoreless red zone trips. So
First and goal from the 7 here as we're going to have, and what is going on now? That looks like that should have been some type of penalty. No call on the field. And we're going to have a flag following the conclusion of the play as that play didn't look right from the beginning. But we're going to have a penalty, I believe, go against the Jayhawks. That was the initial signal. Unsportsmanlike conduct here.
yeah, it looks like at the start of that play, both teams were kind of expecting a penalty. I don't know
Unsportsmanlike conduct
what happened there.
against Jefferson.
No call down there on the field level. But 2 yards on that penalty, but more importantly, that retains a first down here for the Pretzels. 3 penalties on this drive already for the Jayhawks. Got to maintain their composure and avoid those here to finish out the game. So first and goal once again on the 5-yard line here for the Pretzels. They're going to line up with 4 receivers, 3 to the bottom. Olsen in shotgun formation. Ball on the far hash. He's going to be looking through the air. That one just low.
Penalty flag in the field.
But we have another penalty flag on the field. And gosh, I think there's been more plays on this drive with penalties than without penalties. It has been littered with the yellow flags going against Jefferson. That and the big pass. No, they're going to say that is going to go against Freeport. I thought the initial call was going to go against the Jayhawks just with how the drive is gone, but I think they're going to say that that was a little bit of a rub, maybe a pick play. So a break here for the Jayhawks as that's going to be a penalty, and they're going to walk it all the way back to the 20-yard line.
And man, with the way this fourth quarter is going, it might be longer than the rest of the game. That was a big penalty right there. Can't have that for the Pretzels.
And we're going to have a timeout here for the Jayhawks as their first of the half. As we'll take a quick break, get you back here for action. It's 10-0 Jayhawks on top of the Pretzels. Pretzels had the ball on the 20-yard line in the red zone. It'll be first and goal when we come back. You're watching Jayhawks football here on Jefferson TV. So following the timeout, here come the Pretzels in 5 wide. Here's going to be the snap. Looking deep is Olsen over the middle, and he had it and dropped it. Micah Richmond had it in the end zone. Would have scored. Had 2, maybe 3 steps on the defensive back. Instead, it falls to the turf. A break for the Jayhawks as he was going to score.
And Thomas Olsen here, he's been making some good passes, but that's the second time this drive where a receiver dropped a big time pass, and that one was just, he was wide open, they just dropped it.
And 5 wide, Olsen looking out to the left, a little bit of pressure over the middle. That one tipped by Dante Love as he's able to get in the way of that pass. Might have had a chance, did the receiver, but a good play that time by the Jefferson defense. It falls incomplete once again. Now 3rd and 20 here from 3rd and goal from the 20-yard line.
And that was Dante Love again. He's having a really nice game in the secondary.
9:46 on the clock here in the 4th quarter. Jefferson still on top, 10-0. Freeport has yet to put points on the board. They're going into the wind. Don't know if their kicker is going to have the length here from this spot on the field. Here's the snap. Olsen looking again over the middle and wide open and caught for the touchdown. Freeport gets it into the end zone 4-6 as running over the middle and catching it uncontested. Demarion Douglas punches it in for the Pretzels as they put up their first points of the evening. Again, touchdown Olsen to Douglas here with 9:41 left to play in the 4th.
Well, they had to catch one of those eventually, so that's a big catch right there. Now we'll see if the Pretzels defense is up to the task of forcing a 3 and out.
It's like the Pretzels might be keeping the offense on the field here to go for 2. Again, the wind a huge factor. Not sure if they have the confidence in their kicker from this spot. Here's going to be a swing pass. That one hits the turf and incomplete, so the Pretzels get a touchdown. They do not convert the 2-point conversion, so a bit of a break as they still lead by 4 points, so a field goal will not tie this one up. The Jayhawks, Joah, have had some issues here getting some offense here in the 4th quarter. Freeport did as well until that last drive. Let's see if the run game can pick it up here in the 4th for the Jefferson Jayhawks.
Yeah, and like I've said before, Pretzels only have one more timeout, so if Jefferson can get a couple first downs here, they can run out the clock for the rest of the game.
That's a return for Jefferson 21, Mike Townsend.
Mike Townsend going to be back deep here for the Jayhawks. Ball on the 40-yard line. So he's getting his shoe tied by the back judge. Now gets into position. As that is going to be skipped on the ground. And the Jayhawks going to recover that one at the 46-yard line. Freeport did not want to kick that one deep, so the Jayhawks are going to have excellent field position. They're going to start this possession at the 47-yard line inside their own half. But again, they would love nothing more than to go down and pick up some points here.
85, Eli Shavera on the recovery.
Field goal or a touchdown would do either way. They need to put up some points here on this drive to try and put this game in the bag.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they want to do here. They've tried passing it, they threw the interception, they tried running it before that, and they fumbled. So, gonna see if what they rely on here.
First down carry goes to Almanachi as he is brought down for a 1-yard gain. Clock inside 9.5 minutes. Still plenty of time here in this one. 2 timeouts left for the Jayhawks, 1 for the Pretzels.
Brought down by 68, Mason Milliken.
Yeah, nothing really doing on offense here for the Jayhawks in the second half of football. Break the huddle.
1 yard gain.
Second and long, ball on the 47. They've got to get to the Freeport 43. 3 receivers set here for the Jayhawks. Here is going to be a quarterback power. Going off to the left is Williams. A little bit of space and staying upright, and eventually he is going to be brought down at the 47. Trying to rip the ball out at the end was the Pretzel defender, number 12, Dwayne Mosley Jr. They're going to say that Williams went to the ground with that ball. So third down and medium upcoming here for the Jayhawks. Critical down and distance here for Jefferson as they try to convert on this third.
Yeah, this is a huge play right here.
Third and 4. 8:10 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Jayhawks holding on to a precarious 4-point lead. And we're going to have a timeout on Jefferson as they want to talk things over. As that'll be their second timeout of the half. They have 1 remaining as this is the most critical down of the game thus far. We'll take a quick break, be back for fourth quarter action. 8 minutes left to play. Jayhawks lead the Pretzels 10-6 right here on Jefferson TV. All right, back from play here following the timeout. Jayhawks going to come out with 2 receivers to the bottom, a tight end and a running back next to Williams. 1 receiver up top. Freeport looking to bring some pressure here on this third down. Here's a quarterback power through the gap, and Williams is going to pick it up. A nice run there on third down as Williams able to pick that one up. He got all the way down to the 41-yard line. Great run that time by Williams.
And although Williams hasn't been great through the air today, he's been doing a great job on the ground and with his run game.
So first and 10, ball on the 41-yard line here for the Jayhawks. Looking to eat some clock and put some points up on this drive. Same formation here for Williams. He's going to take it. He's going to go quarterback power once again. And we've got a couple of markers going down. Looks like this is probably going to be a hold or a, yeah, it looks like it's going to be a hold. And it's going to back up the Jayhawks 10 yards.
Holding against the Jayhawks.
That'll bring him back near midfield. In fact, they'll spot this one on the Jefferson side of the 50 at the 49. Seven and a half minutes left to play here in this one. First and 21. 4 receiver set for Williams. He's going to take this one, looking to go through the air. He's going to be hit, and the ball is out. And great awareness that time by the Jayhawks, as boy, that could have been disastrous. There were 2 Freeport defenders back there. Tayshawn Gaston for the Jayhawks able to come up with it, but I don't think either Freeport defender saw the ball on the turf. And luckily for the Jayhawks, they're going to maintain possession as Williams gets up a little bit sore that time. stay on the field, but clearly shaken up from that hit as he's not moving full speed going back to the huddle.
Yeah, and this was looking like a okay drive to start, but man, they've had two big negative plays in a row here, and now it's going to be a 2nd and 34.
There's a holding penalty and a fumble recovered by the offense. Jayhawks come out in 4 wide, and we're going to have another penalty.
Penalty flag in the field.
As they're going to say it's going to be a delay of game.
Against the Jayhawks.
Yeah, this is not the way you want this drive going whatsoever. They're going the opposite direction.
So now 2nd and 35. Here's Williams going to throw this one out to Townsend. Townsend looking for some space, and he's going to pick up a couple of yards. It's going to be brought down at the 36.
21 by Townsend. Tackle made by 2, Demarion Douglas.
Douglas on the tackle now, 3rd and forever for the Jayhawks. At this point, you're probably just looking to get a couple yards back. Had a good punt last time out, so you want to pick up a couple of yards and hope to pin them deep here as we move under 6 minutes left to play here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, I mean, right here, probably not going to do anything but run it here. And it's interesting because they got Roby in the backfield who fumbled not too long ago.
4 receivers set here for the Jayhawks. It's going to be quarterback power again. Williams off to the left and out to the 43. So nice run that time, picks up a couple yards, and we're going to have another flag come out. And we'll see, this one might go against Freeport, and that would be a huge swing in momentum as just a little bit too much going on at the end of the play, so that could be a huge break here for the Jayhawks.
Yeah, it looks like the Pretzels defender, as he got up there, stepped over Williams.
They're still talking about it. They're going to I think this might be both sides, as Coach Casaza is not happy with what's going on, and they're going to say it is going to be unsportsmanlike conduct going either way.
Yeah, there's a little bit of pushing from the Jefferson O lineman after the Pretzels defender stepped over Williams.
So after all is said and done, it'll be 4th and long here for the Jayhawks as they're going to have to punt this ball away.
Timeout, Freeport.
And a very interesting call here as Freeport is going to take their final timeout of the game, or excuse me, of the half, and that leaves them with no timeouts, as the coaching staff might just be looking at the clock the way that the defense has played here for the Jayhawks in the second half. They might be thinking to themselves, this is where we got to go. We got to go down and get it right here. We don't want to keep anything in our pocket. We want to talk about this, what we're going to do on special teams, maybe get a little bit of composure and try to go down, get this punt, and go down and score and win this ball game.
Yeah, and this drive right here for the Pretzels is kind of do or die for this game here.
So again, Jayhawks punting with the wind here. Ball on the 44-yard line. They had a touchback last time out as the wind just carried that one into the end zone. Jayhawks hoping for a better result. They love to pin the Pretzels back deep. Got a return man standing at the 15. High snap, corralled by Williams. This one's going to be a line drive kick and taken on the turf at the 20-yard line.
That's another really good punt there by Williams.
Denarian Taylor kind of lost his footing. Don't know if he would have had much of a return set up that time. Maybe he could have got a few extra yards. But for the Pretzels, they're going to have to go the length of the field once again. They've got 80 yards to go down and put up 6 to try to win this ball game. Jayhawks trying to hold off the Pretzels and get back to 500. They've had an outstanding defensive ball game thus far. Got to do it at least one more time here in the 4th.
Yeah.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left here for Olsen. And before the snap, we're going to have a penalty.
Penalty flag in the field.
And, well, we're not keeping track of here, but that's definitely got to be at least the 10th, if not more, penalties here in this half. Wouldn't be surprised if we're pushing close to 15, maybe even 20. But a big mistake, a delay of game, 1st and 15 for the Pretzels.
Yeah, I mean, the Pretzels are just trying to get that right play call out and took too long there.
Here's going to be looks like that was a forward pass. So, and now they're going to throw that one, and that's going to be incomplete. The Jayhawks recovered it, but it was a forward pass. Looks like that one was a pitch forward. That should be a penalty. I'm not seeing it on the call. They're going to say that is just going to be incomplete. So they tried to set up the double pass.
Yeah, I mean, unless a lineman was eligible in the area, I don't know how that's not intentional grounding.
And away it goes as nothing. So 2nd and 15 here for the Pretzels. Jayhawks coaching staff barking out signals to the defense. They've played well tonight. They allowed the 1 touchdown drive. A lot of penalties on that play, so they've got to stay disciplined here. 5 minutes left to play in the 4th. And we're going to have another penalty, as that looks like it's going to be another delay game. So 2 of them here in the 4th quarter on this drive, and just shooting themselves in the foot as they've lost 10 yards to penalties on this drive alone, and they're going to be pushed all the way back in onto the 10-yard line.
Yeah, the Pretzels here are kind of crumbling under pressure so far. 2 delayed games on 1 drive.
Here is Olsen, and we're going to have another penalty. That's going to be a false start on the right tackle. Looks like that's going to be 59, Israel Goodman. As that's going to back them up a further 5 yards. So, boy, they've lost 15 yards to penalties, and now they're stuck up on their own 5-yard line. A drive that started on their 20, they had 80 yards to go. Now they're back to the 5. They've got to go 95 in 5 minutes to try and win this ball game.
Yeah, I mean, the Jayhawks defense has really had to do absolutely nothing here, and the Pretzels just can't stop hurting themselves.
Jayhawks trying to stay disciplined here. Here's Olsen, pump fakes. Now he's pressured, and he's going to be brought down near the goal line, not tackled inside, as I don't think he was ever hit inside the end zone, but he's going to be dropped for a sack. And 3rd down and forever for the Pretzels. It's going to be 3rd and 28 from their own 2. And boy, this spot, the coaching staff is in a tough position. You don't want to give the ball away. No timeouts, under 4.5 minutes. But you might be forced to just pick up a few yards and try and survive with your defense to get one more turnover. Critical 3rd down here.
Yeah, Thomas did a great job there avoiding the safety because he was really close to being tackled in the end zone.
3rd and long. Olsen takes a snap inside his own end zone, and he's going to throw this one. Intercepted! No! He had it for a moment. Townsend had it, and it falls to the turf. Could have sealed the ball game with that one, as he had it in his hands, just couldn't haul it in. And it looks like Freeport's going to be forced to bring out their special teams unit. You cannot go for it here on 4th and 28.
Yeah, that was a big drop right there. If he would have gotten that, he might have gotten into the end zone for a pick 6, and that would have sealed the deal for sure.
As it stands, the Pretzels still backed up incredibly far. They've got to kick this one away. Townsend just dropped the interception and set up on the 32. Again, the Pretzels are kicking it into the wind here. Here's the snap, here's the punt. That one is going to be taken in at the 30. Townsend has it, going off to the left, tried to set up a block to the near sideline and pushed out of bounds at the 12. A great return by Mike Townsend as he is able to get down inside the red zone. We do have a marker down, it looks like. We'll see, maybe that's a player's shoe. There's a lot of bodies down there. Yes, there is a marker down. See if that goes against the Jayhawks or if that goes against the Pretzels. And that one's going to go against the Jayhawks, so another penalty wipes out an excellent return for Mike Townsend. So he had that one inside the 15. Still, Jayhawks going to be set up with excellent field position inside the Freeport territory. And Joah with 4 minutes left to play on the clock. First down or two will win this ball game. They don't have to get it into the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, you're just looking just to get some good running plays here and hopefully get that first down. And it's looking really comfortable to get a W here if they can get just 1 or 2 first downs.
Again, there is no 2-minute stoppage at the high school level, so the clock will run unless the Jayhawks go out of bounds, have an incomplete pass, or call their remaining timeout. And Freeport, no timeouts left, so they've got to get a 3 and out here in order to try and stay in this ballgame. Jayhawks can pick up a couple of first downs. This one will be in the books. 4:01 on the clock. The Jayhawks, they can feel the wind. They got to close out the last 4 minutes of this one. Ball in the 32 following the penalty. Williams in the shotgun formation. He's going to take this one, quarterback power. He's going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle, and we're going to have some more extracurriculars down near the sideline. And boy, I thought they could have thrown another flag, and they kept it in their pocket that time, but they're towing that line that they have not been able to tow tonight on either side. It's going to be 2nd and 11 here for the Jayhawks.
Awesome one of the play. 2nd and 11 for Jefferson.
And I mean, now the name for the game for the Jayhawks is just make that clock keep ticking, because just a couple more minutes here.
3.5 left to play here. Jefferson needs a first down to ice this one. Williams in pistol. Here comes the blitz. He's going to turn, hand it off to Roby. Roby with some space. Out across the 25. Down near the first down marker.
Carry by 1.
And he is going to get it. A first down for the Jayhawks. Clock will stop temporarily. It's great that they got a first down, Joah, but they maybe would have liked that to come one play later, as they still have to snap the ball at least 4 more times in this ball game unless they can pick up another first down. Ball on the 21. Clock under 3 minutes. First down, Jayhawks. Deep inside Freeport territory, trying to ice this one. Here's a turn and a handoff to Roby. Roby, another nice run that time, out to the 16-yard line.
Carry by 1. D'Angelo's Roby dropped off by 2.
Roby's doing a really good job here of redeeming himself after having a big-time fumble before.
5-yard gain
Jayhawks
play, 2nd and
ever
5.
so close to ice in this ball game. They've got to pick up a first down, and that will be it for the game here tonight. Staying in that same formation, Williams in pistol, Roby behind him. Roby's been the main man in the second half. Williams taking his time, methodical. Here's the snap and the turn. Roby again on the carry. He is staying, he's driving, and he is going to get down to the 12-yard line, 1 yard shy of the first down marker. And if the Jayhawks can pick up one more yard, they will come out of here with a victory.
And this is the biggest yard of the season for them here.
1 more yard to a victory. That would bring them back to 500, would set them up for a possible postseason berth. Clock at 1.5 minutes left. Williams taking as much time as he needs. Now getting ready. Here's the snap, the turn, the handoff, and Roby's got it. Roby's got it. The Jayhawks are going to pick up the first down. They're going to win this ball game, and they will move to 4-4. They're going to snap the ball one more time, but a great effort here tonight for the Jayhawks as Roby picks up a first down. And the Jayhawks are going to come out of this ball game with a victory. Just got to snap the ball, take a knee, and boy, they've got a huge matchup here tonight. Next week, as they will take on the Auburn Knights. Auburn has just 1 victory on the season. They beat East. That's a game that they should be expected to win. Here's a kneel down for Williams.
The best way to end games right there is victory formation.
So they got to snap the ball one more time.
If you are missing a phone, please report to the top.
There it is as Williams takes the snap, and the Jefferson Jayhawks beat the Freeport Pretzels by a final score of 10-6. The Jayhawks move to 4-4. Next week, they've got a battle with the Auburn Knights, and they've got an opportunity for their first winning season since 1993, 32 years ago. Again, final score, Jefferson beats Freeport 10-6. And just a great game all around on defense here for the Jayhawks tonight, Joah.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty all game for the offense whatsoever, but this defense came to play, and they absolutely shut down the Pretzels, and they did a great job finishing this game out.
One touchdown in the game coming in the first half by Alejandro Almanachi. They got the field goal at the end of the first half to put them up by 10 points. The Pretzels went down. They scored one time in the second half, and that was it. So a great defensive battle all around. But again, final score, your Jefferson Jayhawks are victorious. They move back to 4-4, 500 on the season. And again, a huge battle next week against the Auburn Knights as they try to clinch their first winning season since 1993. For Joah Hoffman, I have been Trevor Larson with a fantastic Jefferson Jayhawks victory as, again, they pull it out over the Freeport Pretzels. Final score, Jefferson 10, Freeport 6. So long, everybody. Be sure to tune in next week when the Jayhawks take on the Auburn Knights as, again, they try to secure that winning season and they try to make it to the postseason for the first time in a very long time. Again, one more time, final score, Jefferson 10, Pretzels